to Larkin. Now to Raymond. He shoots. He scores! Oh my goodness!
You're not Doug Deep. You're Ken Pell. You're the hockey guy. I don't know anything about this.
Patrick Kane in Chicago. Oh my God! Kane with the overtime winner.
Welcome, everybody, to another episode of The Conversation Line, brought to you by Fieger Law. I'm Daniella Bruce, alongside the TV voice of your Detroit Red Wings, Ken Daniels. And joining us today, one of our rookies, Emmitt Finnie. Emmitt, we are so excited to have you on today. Has anybody given you any warning about joining us for this podcast, or how do you feel?
No, actually, I didn't.
Okay.
I didn't even know you guys really did a podcast. So this is
Marketing.
all news to me. Yeah.
Marketing.
Yeah, we
need
need
some
to get
better
the word out, huh?
marketing. Yeah, I think
As
we
I said
need
to
it.
him, I did say yesterday, though, I said, you're an ex-victim. I said, victim? I said, that's be great. You're going to love it.
Actually, yeah. Brady and JR said they've been on the podcast. They told me that yesterday, and
See?
they said it was great. So
Good.
They
all-
just
all
like to
good
talk
things from
about
them.
themselves, though.
Yeah,
That's
they do.
it. Yeah, they just love to talk about themselves.
Yeah.
Okay, now we're going to make you talk about yourself. You're a 7th round draft pick in 2023. And, I mean, it's not often that somebody that's drafted in the 7th round finds their way to the NHL, especially as quickly as you have. But go back to that draft. What was that like for you? Because I'd imagine it's not the same as a first round draft pick.
Yeah, I mean, going back to that, I wasn't even really expecting myself to get drafted necessarily. I wasn't even really watching the draft when I was drafted. I was at the gym, so my phone started blowing up, and I found out I was drafted. So, that was a pretty cool moment for me.
Did anybody talk to you, any teams talk to you prior to the draft?
Yeah, I talked to the Red Wings a little bit. There was maybe 1 or 2 teams that I also talked to just briefly, but there was no real signs that I was going to get drafted or anything. So I really had no clue what it was going to be.
How does it work right after? Who were your first conversations with, at least in the organization, after you were drafted?
Yeah, I was. I forget who phoned me. I got phoned right away from someone from Detroit, and they took down all my
Mm-hmm.
information and said I was going to be on a flight the next day. So I didn't really know how that worked. That I was going to be leaving to go to Detroit that soon. So, that was a pretty fast experience for me.
Well, the Red Wings Western scout, Greg Hawgood, was also a 7th round pick. Right around where you were picked, had you spoken to him? Because obviously he had his eye on you.
Yeah, I've spoken to him a couple of times. So, I didn't know he was a 7th round pick. So, I knew Henrik Zetterberg was obviously a 7th round pick. So that's who I've kind of thought as when my last couple of years, who I've thought I could get myself to, not obviously get to where he's at in his career. Obviously he had a great career, but that was kind of someone I wanted to follow into.
Hey, no offense to Greg Hawgood, but if you're setting your sights on Henrik Zetterberg, as 7th, because I have to, because I don't want to get this wrong, but only 7 7th rounders since 2015 have played 100 or more NHL games, most in a season all-time. Marty Erat and Doug Gilmour. Do you know either of those 2 names?
I know Doug Gilmour.
Okay,
Yeah.
good. You were there. In a first year, played 80 games, joined 3 others all-time from the early 80s to play their first 10 games of the season. Jeff Larmer is Steve's brother, Doug Gilmour, and Brian Mullen. And you did what they did, so that's pretty neat. Do you ever give yourself time to think, I've done what very few others have done, now way past 10 games in every game, for a first year as a 7th rounder? That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean, I try not to think about it too much. I kind of just try to focus on playing. But I feel like my parents see a lot of that stuff,
Yeah.
so they always tell me about stuff like that.
Well, you mentioned Henrik Zetterberg. You actually got to meet him for the
Yeah.
first time when they were in town for the Fan Fest, all the alumni in town. So you had already, kind of thought about, I could be like a Henrik Zetterberg before you had the chance of meeting him, before you were, even a Red Wing.
Yeah, I mean, being a 7th round pick, I feel like you get counted out a little bit. And he was a 7th round pick and was drafted later than me. So, just seeing where his career went out and how it turned out, that was kind of something I've been setting my goals to. And obviously I didn't think it would happen this fast, that I'd get to the NHL at 20 years old. But I'm just super fortunate to be in a good situation right now.
Want to go back to Kamloops when you were 5'3" and maybe 110 pounds and a 4th round pick. At that time, and a growth spurt, I think a year and a half later, you were 5'10". Did you start waking up every month and go, I need new clothes? How did the growth spurt affect you mentally at the time? And how happy were you? I'm growing.
Yeah, I mean, I had a tall dad, and I was pretty underdeveloped at 14 when I was 5'3", so I knew eventually that I would grow. That growth spurt I felt like I was pretty awkward for a little bit just with my length and stuff. Like I grew a lot in a short span of time, so had to get all new equipment and all new clothes. So it definitely, I feel like, impacted my game a little bit.
My dad was happy I never grew, so he didn't have to get me any
Oh,
new
wait.
equipment.
Are you still waiting on your
I'm
growth
still waiting on my
spurt?
growth spurt.
Yeah.
It ain't happening, trust me. Shane Doan and Jerome McGinley own Kamloops. Had you had conversations with them at the time when you were there?
Yeah, I've talked to Shane Doan a little bit. He's good buddies. His family's good buddies with one of my close buddies. So, I've got to meet him a couple of times through that, and he's been around in Kamloops a couple of times. So, I've had some conversations with him.
Who do you think was the most impactful on your career, starting in Kamloops? Because the way that you were able to improve year to year, the way that you were able to get stronger and make yourself into the hockey player that you are, who influenced that?
There's lots of people who influenced it. All my coaching staff in Kamloops were great. Just with the development and stuff, and even lots of players that before me, like Logan Stankoven, Fraser Minton, just seeing those guys and their routines every day, and what they were doing to develop each day was definitely huge for my development.
And you weren't playing in Kamloops a lot early on, so practice was your game time. How much did you concentrate on getting better at practice? Through practice.
Yeah, I was focusing on that a lot. Just trying to get as much reps as I can after practice, before practice, stuff like that. And then even in the weight room, I felt like our leadership group was always in the weight room, and all of our older guys, I felt like we're working out extra. So, seeing that was encouraging for me at a young age, and tried to follow in their footsteps, and it eventually worked out for me.
And it would have, because Logan Stankoven, who's not a big guy, and you show up, all of a sudden you're 6'1". What the hell happened? What was his reaction to that?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like from my 16 to 17-year-old year, I feel like I grew and developed a lot as a player. So I feel like it was surprising for a lot of guys, how much I progressed over the years. And, even the year after that, I feel like I progressed even more. So it was definitely a big jump. And
then Logan leaves, and you took on more of a leadership role. Would that be fair to say?
Yeah, that was correct. Yeah.
How much did that help you?
That helped me a lot. My 16 and 17-year-old year, I played fourth line pretty much the whole year. So, we had a good team. We hosted the Memorial Cup in Kamloops. So, we had, I think, 10 guys who left that team that year. So I was able to jump into a way bigger role and even take on a leadership role. So it was huge for me.
How does the fourth line experience and the things that you have to be good at in that role help you with the new and expanded role, and ultimately, again, get you to where you are now? Because I'm imagining you had to focus on some different things when you're getting fourth line minutes.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I feel like it helped me a lot. Just, it helped me round my game. I feel like to be a complete player. I wasn't focusing on offense when I was playing on the fourth line. I was just, trying to, stay in the lineup and do what I could to stay in the lineup, which was, forechecking hard and, blocking shots and getting hits. So I feel like that's definitely made me into a more complete player.
You were with Fraser Minton, who's now a Bruin, was a Leaf Trap, right? Did you and Fraser tight?
Yeah, we were very tight. He was my roommate in junior for 3 years there, so I got to know him pretty close off the ice too.
I know you want to speak about Daniella, about the neighborhood with Chris Versteeg.
Yes, I'm glad you brought that up, because Lethbridge, and we had the story that you were actually a Blackhawks fan growing up. So, really?
Yeah.
But you imagine, okay, but when
Yeah.
you say that, though, who do you think a kid his age was a fan of on that Blackhawks era, right?
Well,
Patrick Kane.
Right, yes.
Yeah, you think, but no, you said, when I asked him this question, he goes, well, of course you like Kaner, right?
Yeah.
It's enjoyable to watch him, but your guy was?
Chris Versteeg.
Yeah. And why is that?
He's my neighbor in Lethbridge, so growing up in hockey, I didn't know too much. Like obviously, the top players, but getting to know him, kind of, he has a hockey camp out in Lethbridge that he would run every summer, so I'd do that and get to meet him a couple of times, and then kind of realized after one of the hockey camps driving back home that he was my neighbor, so I got to know him a little bit more as I grew older and stuff. So
yeah, to put that into context, he was born in Chris Versteeg's final season of junior in Kamloops, right? I think so. I think you would have been born then.
probably, yeah.
That's
Yeah.
Well, having somebody like that, though, and you may not have even realized it at the time, like someone that you can bounce questions off of. You're just a kid.
Yeah.
So to have that looking back, how important was it?
Oh, it was super important. I feel like I wanted to be like him when I was younger, and we actually started working out at his gym when I was like around 10 years old. So
Oh my goodness.
just being around him and seeing what he was doing and trying to do what he was doing was definitely a huge influence on my hockey career.
Who got you into hockey? What did you first see there on television, or family or friends said, I want to put skates on?
I'm not too sure what got me into hockey. It was my parents, obviously, who started skating, but they were both basketball players growing up and played university basketball. So I don't know how we kind of got into hockey. And like, we have a basketball court in our house in Lethbridge, so I feel like basketball maybe when we were younger was what they wanted us to do, but I feel like we were better at hockey from a young age. So.
Because you weren't dunking on anybody at that size.
No, at 5'2", I wasn't dunking on
Can
anyone.
you dunk
yet.
now? Have you tried?
I can dunk now. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now we can.
Yeah. Now I can.
How many siblings do you have?
I have an older brother and a younger sister.
Older brother, younger sister. All three of you play hockey?
Yeah, all three of us play
Wow.
hockey. Yeah.
Very cool. So
Yeah.
we always hear the older brother stories, right? When you grow up with an older brother, you're always a little bit more competitive. Is that the case with you guys?
Definitely. Yeah. I mean, we could be playing anything, and most of the time it would turn into a fight. That's just how competitive we were. And even with my sister, we do lots of 2v2 stuff where it'd be me and my brother versus my dad and my sister with floor hockey or whatever, and that would always get competitive and turn into a fight. So, I feel like my competitiveness comes a lot from them.
Who do you call first after a game or after your first goal? Who's the first call to?
It was to my mom. Well, they were here, so I got to see them after like my first game and stuff. But most of the time after the game, I always give my mom and my parents a call.
Still, after most games?
Yeah,
do you
pretty
call?
much every
very
game
cool.
I'll call them after the game.
How would you describe mom and dad? What are they like?
They're pretty laid back. They're very competitive themselves, and we're a big sports family. So, whatever it is we're doing, we're watching sports. They're big into football and college basketball. So, everything we were doing was involved around sports.
Big into football, like. Do you watch the CFL, the NFL?
NFL.
NFL.
Yeah.
Okay.
Never really are a CFL family, but
right.
my parents are big NFL fans. So, actually all three of myself, my brother, and my sister are named after NFL players. So,
Oh, yeah?
Wait, which Emmitt? Who are you?
Emmitt Smith,
Okay.
Marshall Falk, and then Walter Payton for my sister.
Her name's Peyton.
Her name's Peyton. Yeah.
That's amazing.
So
Great. See,
three
I
running
didn't know
backs.
Emmitt
Yeah.
Smith. That's
yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
So my whole family's Cowboys fans too. So
Ooh.
I was born into that too. Cowboys fans. Yeah.
You haven't worked it to ever meet Emmitt Smith?
No, I've never worked anything into meeting him. No.
You'd be good at something like that. You could work it to get him to meet.
Well, I
Emmitt
think
Smith,
there are
right?
people more important than I am. You could probably get him to do it within that dressing room than me, but we can work on that.
Yeah,
I
I've
think
never even thought of that, but that'd be pretty cool for sure.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I think it would be.
That's
So when
awesome.
you come here, who was the first when you're at camp? What was your wow moment?
I mean, I feel like when Patrick Kane signed here, that was pretty cool to see him. Just being a Blackhawks fan, obviously he was one of my favorite players, and
One of.
one of
Second favorite.
second favorite
You told
player.
him, hey Patrick, you're
Yeah.
my second favorite player.
Second favorite player, yeah. But when he signed here, I was pretty excited for that, and even now getting to be his teammate, like I never really thought growing up that could be a possibility. So that's pretty special.
How impressive is he? I mean, they say don't meet your heroes sometimes, but you get to meet a guy like Patrick Kane. What are your impressions of him?
Yeah, he's a great guy off the ice. On the ice, he's a very special player. Just how crafty he is and how he controls the game. So, getting to know him on a personal level has been very cool.
When you're on the bench and your first game was your first goal was against Edmonton, right? So you're out there, you're on the bench, you're watching McDavid, you're watching Draisaitl. Are you in awe or are you learning?
I mean, a little bit of both. I was playing against McDavid and Draisaitl all night, so that opening face-off lining up against them was kind of like an awe moment. Once that first puck dropped, you kind of just gotta forget about it and just play. And they're two special players, so anytime I get the chance to watch them, you kind of try to learn from them a little bit. But when you're playing against them, it's kind of hard to do that a little bit.
Just a few games into your NHL career, and your line was matched up with McDavid and Draisaitl. What was your reaction when you found out that was going to be your assignment for the night?
Yeah, I was very excited about that. You know, it was a big challenge, and you know, those are two of the best players, if not the two best players in the world. So, you know, getting to play against them was very cool.
Top line left wing, you see, he's with Larkin and Raymond. What are you going to do?
Yeah.
He's my guy. I got him. Yeah. Was there a strategy there? Did you talk to Dylan about that and how to, obviously you're not going in, you know how to play the game.
Yeah.
But there might be a strategy different when you're playing against those two.
Yeah, with those two, you got to stay above them all night. So, you know, we were talking, Larks, we talked about that before the game, just trying to, you know, stay on top of them and try to, you know, limit their speed. And you can't give them odd man rushes because they'll pick you apart on those. So just trying to, you know, match their speed and try to, you know, have numbers on them as much as you can.
I want to follow on the speed theme now. You are perhaps, besides Dylan, maybe the fastest skater on this team. I don't know that, and I don't expect you to say so. So how did you get to be such a good skater?
Yeah, I feel like, you know, over the years, I wasn't the fastest skater in junior necessarily. You know, I was pretty awkward skater when I went through a growth spurt. So I started doing a lot of power skating back home during the summer to, you know, improve my skating. So I've been doing that for 4 years now with, you know, elite skating back hometown in Langley. So I feel like that's improved my skating a lot.
I'll ask you, do you think you're the second fastest guy on the team?
I mean, yeah, we got some pretty fast guys on our team. Like Copper and JT are pretty quick, and you know, if you ask them, they'll probably say they're faster. But I like to think I'm one of the fastest guys on the team. Yeah.
You're right there with Dylan. I think they would say that too.
Yeah.
Did you ever figure skate?
Figure skate? No, never
No?
fire skated. No.
Jeff Skinner did. I mean, a terrific skater. You know, the 10 and 2 and the skates go.
Yeah.
Some of the players did figure skating just for strength. It's amazing me. I never tried it either.
Yeah, no. Yeah, I've never tried it. My power skating coach was she was a figure skater. So
Who's that?
Kim Marfleet back in Langley, BC.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so she was a figure skater, and you know, they're obviously very impressive skaters. So you know, if you can learn from them as much as you can, I feel like it's helped my skating a lot.
Okay, well, this year in Detroit, it's been the year of the youth. We, as people who cover the team, have been waiting, anticipating for some of this youth to get here, and it's happening. And it's been so much fun to watch. But from your perspective, to have a group of you together that gets to experience a lot of firsts together and adjusting to the NHL, how much fun has that been? And what have you learned just having that group with you?
Yeah, it's been super fun. You know, Pelly and Danny and you know, even Taxi when he was here at the start. You know, it was great. Those are some of my best buddies away from the rink too. So, you know, just getting to go through this experience with them and, you know, make it, you know, at a young age like we are, it was pretty special for sure.
And you guys were all in a hotel for a lengthy period of time. Those hyphenated ones lived together. You actually had your own room?
Yeah.
That worked out well for you, didn't it?
It did work out well for me. I was with Danny I was rooming with him, so when he got hurt and was in GR, I got my own room.
So it was kind of lucky.
that's how
It was kind of lucky that way, yeah.
Yeah, that
Because
you got
ASP
the room, yeah.
and
Nygaard were, together.
those with hyphens had their own room
Yeah,
together.
yeah.
And they would speak Swedish, right? Was it?
When it was all three of us together, we speak English, but
Yeah.
when they're together, I assume they
Okay,
speak Swedish.
they
yeah.
didn't speak it around. Okay, that's
no.
good of them. Though.
Yeah,
that's
no,
good.
yeah.
So you and Nate Danielson mentioned your roommates.
Yeah.
You guys are pretty tight.
Yeah.
Where did your relationship start, and how did you guys become so close?
Yeah, I mean, you know, just being from the same Providence, we grew up playing against each other a lot, and you know, just being around the same age. You know, my brother played with him a little bit growing up, and you know, I've played with him, so you know, I feel like we had that connection, and then just playing against him in the dub and stuff, and you know, we were both drafted here, so you know, since then I feel like we've gotten pretty close.
Is he as quiet as he seems with us?
I mean, he's not as quiet like when it's just the two of us, or when we're in a group together. He's talkative and stuff, and has a good personality. So
Okay,
yeah.
he does. We'll have to get it out of him.
Yeah.
What was it like now you got to play at the end of the game against Seattle, the third period, line mate with them?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was great. You know, I feel like we read off each other pretty well and have pretty good chemistry. So, you know, I like playing with him, and you know, I think he likes playing with me too. So it's fun when we get to play together.
So on the ice, you guys are tight. You can see the chemistry. Off the ice, you hang out a lot. And actually, your girlfriends are sisters.
Yeah.
Which makes your relationship even tighter. I'm sure you guys hang out and do things together all the time. How did this happen? How did you guys meet sisters? And this is kind of the group of four now.
Yeah, so yeah, he was dating her before me, and then I was actually hanging out with him this summer, and got connected through them. So yeah.
Nate Danielson, matchmaker.
Yeah,
Add
I
it
guess
to the
so.
resume.
Come on, we need more than. All right, first date story.
First date story. First date story. I was in Calgary for a family reunion, and went to her house, and got to hang out with her a little bit. So.
Okay, so Nate wasn't there.
No, well, the first time we met, we were together. We were back at their place, and we were playing cards together. So yeah.
That's nice. That's fun.
Yeah, it is. Mm-hmm.
Have they been able to get to Detroit at all to see you guys? Are they here now? Or
Yeah, they were just here the past week. So
Oh, nice.
both of them were here. So yeah, that was pretty fun. Mhm.
That is very cool. Do
Yeah.
you guys are you like celebrating holidays together and stuff?
I haven't got there quite that
you-
far
yeah,
yet.
you're not in-
I
you're
don't
not that
even
far
I don't
into
even
it.
know what's happening for Christmas or anything yet. So I guess we'll have to see about that. Yeah.
Well, she'll have the
Yeah,
plans.
she'll get it
That's for
figured
sure.
out.
Of course.
That's the-
Yeah.
So the call came when you're in the hotel. How did the call happen? They said, find a place.
Yeah, they told me after the game in Vegas, they pulled me aside and said we're going to give you your housing letter and that you could start looking for a place. So, that was pretty exciting for me.
Oh, that's a big step. So,
Yeah.
when you get that, like, what's the first thing you do with it? Have you found a place yet that you're permanently in?
Yeah, I got moved into this past week. So, that's been a little bit of a busy time for me getting that all situated. So, but it's good now to be finally moved out of the hotel and into my own little space.
Well, is Nate staying with you?
He's at the hotel right now. I've only got the one bed set up in my place, so
Smart.
I gotta get another one of those before he starts staying with me.
And he can help you unpack boxes and move everything. If he's going to
he-
stay there rent free.
That's true. Yeah, he could. I'd have to maybe get him to build the bed frame if I was getting another bed, but
Is he handy?
I'm not too
You're
sure
not.
how handy he is.
Are you?
Or you? Yeah, I was just gonna say.
I mean, I'd like to say I'm pretty handy, but
Okay.
my girlfriend actually she did most of the work.
Look
with
at her
the-
go.
Yeah,
There you
when
go.
I was on the road, she built the bed frame for me, so that was very nice of her. to
Is
do
her
that.
sister handy?
Is my sister handy?
sister.
Oh, her sister handy? Oh, I'm not too sure either. Maybe, I don't know.
We're gonna have to revisit this after
Yeah,
you
we're
guys
gonna
are
have
together.
to.
You're going to learn a lot more as you go through this
Yeah,
relationship.
yeah.
So you get your own place now. How do you decorate? Are you decorating?
Yeah, I let Abby handle
Okay, she's
handle
doing that
most of
too.
that. Yeah,
Fair.
she was pretty excited for that. She has a degree in interior design too,
Oh.
so she was on top of that.
I
for
might
sure.
have to call her. I need help.
Yeah.
I'm not good at that stuff.
Yeah, no, me neither. So
Yeah.
we went to Home Sense and I just let her do her thing.
Are you decorating for Christmas?
Yeah, I haven't got that far yet with getting the tree and whatnot, but I'll probably get a little one.
I love it.
I would think so. Yeah.
He's got it all under control.
This is awesome.
I into numbers. 58.
Yep.
How come? Just given to you?
Yeah, that was the number given to me. I've had a couple numbers over my years at the development camp. My first development camp, I was wearing number 88.
Oh,
Yeah, so
not available
Not
here.
gonna work.
not anymore. And then the year after that, I was number 64, and then 58 these last 2 years. So
If you had your choice of any number, what would it be?
32.
And why?
Christopher Stieg wore number 32 with
Yes, he
love
did.
it.
with the Blackhawks.
Yes,
so
he did.
that was my number growing up, and I've had that number pretty much my whole life. So that's the number I
So
picked.
would you like to switch at some point down the road when you feel comfortable and say, okay, can I ask? Because
Yeah.
a lot of rookies are saying, oh, they just give me the number, you take it until you feel the
Dude,
time
we
is
don't
right,
have-
and it usually is.
Yeah.
Would you like to change? At
Yeah,
some
I'll
point?
probably ask next year to switch
Yeah.
to number 32, but this year I didn't. I was just coming into camp hoping to have a good impression. I didn't feel like it was the right place to ask to switch
Right.
my number,
Yep.
but next year I'll
You'll
look
take
to
it.
switch to 32 probably.
It'd be interesting. Who decides that? Who just
Boyer.
assigns? Oh, he does. He just says
Paul,
this.
numbers available. Well, they have some that aren't. Like
Yeah.
number 6 isn't in the Raptors for Larry Ori, but just no one uses that number.
Right.
You'll learn about that as history goes along with
Yeah.
the Red Wings. But some numbers aren't available. I don't think anybody's ever going to get 13 or a 40
Mm-hmm.
Sure,
or
yeah.
any of those. But so cool to ask in
Yeah,
your number
that'd
two.
be. That's
It's all right. So the fans were looking to get a Finnie sweater.
Yeah.
Do you say sweater or jersey?
I say jersey.
Okay, and you're Canadian.
Yeah.
It's a kid thing, I think. I would say.
Okay, I'm
calling
Canadian,
myself a
I
kid
stick
too.
with sweater because-
Yeah.
I'm putting myself in the same category, even though.
We'll wait for the Finnie 32 for next season.
Yeah.
That's actually a great note. Anybody that's going to purchase a Finnie jersey, it's going to be 32
Yeah.
at some point.
Or a Finnie sweater. Whatever.
Yeah. Yeah.
You want to go with some one-timers?
Yeah, go with it, except you're going to kill me.
Why?
I forgot my sheet of one-timers at my desk, so you might
you
have
go.
to let me borrow some. Okay.
You have them right there. Okay.
Here we go.
One-timers.
Okay.
We've got lots of them, though.
Okay.
This is how we learn about your life in short sentences.
Okay, perfect.
Okay. Your best, and if you don't have one, just say, I'll pass. Best pump-up song.
Oh, best pump up song. I listen to a lot of like mixes on SoundCloud, so it's kind of like a bunch. If I had to go one pump up song, it'd probably be "Him All Along" by Gunna.
Wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
I like lots of Gunna songs.
I
him.
dig it.
Yeah.
I do have to ask this, though, as a follow-up to that. Simon Edvinson created the warm-up
Yeah.
playlist. Are we fans? Are we not fans? Do we like it?
I like it,
Did he
yeah.
consult anybody?
I don't know if he consulted anyone. He definitely didn't consult me on it, but I like it. I think it's good.
Okay.
He's done a good job so far. Yeah.
Okay, 2 biggest pet peeves, or one if you can think of it.
Ooh, probably chewing with your mouth open.
That's the worst.
You have my daughter, I have to chew with my mouth closed because some people have this phobia, and it's a real thing. Does
Yeah.
it really bother? If you hear someone chewing,
It wouldn't like. I don't know if I'm calling him out on it, but like I definitely noticed it a little
Skin
bit.
crawl.
Yeah.
okay. It could end a relationship too. It could. Okay, so that's one pet peeve. Is there another?
Another one. I don't really know. People who like. This is more like a hockey pet peeve, like someone who has their tongues out on their skates.
Oh.
Like if they don't tuck them in their shin pads, I'm not a big fan.
Is there
of
anyone that does that on the team?
Bergie does that. Yeah, there's that too. Yeah.
Okay, that's a different. I wouldn't have thought of that.
Yeah.
Music or talk or silence driving to the rink.
Music for sure. Lots of country music on the way to the rink. Yeah.
Okay.
Is there a reason for that? Does it kind of relax you, or why country?
Yeah, I feel like it relaxes me a little bit.
Yeah.
I enjoy listening to country music, so I feel like that's usually what I'm listening to in the car.
What was your first car, even though that would have been, 4 years ago for you?
It's
It might still be the
I'm
first
still-
car.
Yeah, I'm still driving my first car. It's a 2012 Hyundai Tucson.
Okay.
So yeah.
Have you ever driven stick shift?
No, I haven't. No, my dad's he's got a couple cars that with a stick shift, but he's never let me drive.
I learned
them
stick
yet.
shift. It's actually a lot of fun.
I wish I should learn how. I do not know how at the moment, but I should learn.
First concert ever attended and what age?
Oh, first concert. I think it was a Flow Rider concert.
Okay.
It was in Lethbridge, and I was probably 10 or 11.
I am dying
It
thinking
was-
about that.
yeah.
But wait, I actually, this is like a hot take of mine. It may not be that hot of a take. Flo Rida has if you go look at his biggest hits,
Yeah.
they're all bangers.
Yeah, they are.
Every single
I
one
agree.
of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know Flo
I'll take
Rida's
your
one?
word on it.
Yeah, I was just gonna say.
Oh, I know, but I'll take
Yeah.
your word on that they're all bangers.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
love
yeah,
the
yeah.
fact that you used bangers in a sentence that was wonderfully done.
Yeah.
Do you still have a ticket stub from that concert, or were there even ticket stubs available from that concert?
That's a good question. I was pretty young. I don't
Who
know.
took you?
My parents took me to that. Yeah.
Probably all electronic even then, because not that
Yeah.
long ago. Probably.
Yeah, I would think. I don't remember the last time I've had a ticket stub.
I have them all from my childhood and all framed.
Oh,
from
really?
everything, concerts and Blue Jays games when they started in '77. Yeah, ticket stubs. I think it's a lost art.
Yeah.
And I wish they were still around, but that's not the way of the world.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's it. It's a cool thing. I think I have some from my first concerts back in the day.
You keep going.
I'm
You
thinking.
got lots of one time.
Yeah, we have a ton. Which one do I like though? Oh, I love this question.
Okay.
Do you prefer to watch movies or TV at home with closed captioning? So like the
The subtitles?
subtitles.
I watch them with the subtitles.
I do too.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I do too.
I feel
Thank
like
you.
if I'm trying to go to sleep or something, I want to leave the TV on, I'll turn the volume down to 1 or 2, so
You just read.
I'll just read the subtitles if I'm.
That helps you. So you don't read a book; you read the television. To
I
help
read
you fall
books
asleep.
too, but I'll read the subtitles too.
I think.
Yeah,
I
I
think
like them.
That's nice.
because subtitles, while they don't make television nor movies now with the audio quality that they used to, and that's
Yeah.
a proven fact. So it doesn't come through your system as audibly as it used to. So subtitles do
I
well.
agree, yeah.
It has
I
nothing to
love-
do with age. See?
Yeah.
I think I
Thank you for
pay
that,
more
Emmitt.
attention
Yeah.
to the show. Like if it's
I do too.
I feel
I feel like
I'm
that
more
too.
involved in it. Yeah, that's
Good.
great.
I didn't know if your generation did that. but
You
I'm
said
glad.
you read.
Yeah.
What do you like to read?
Just kind of anything. I like to read lots of like sports psychology books and
Oh.
you know, just even stuff on like diet and sleep and stuff like that. So,
Favorite binge TV show?
ooh, The Office probably.
Okay.
Yeah,
Do you rewatch it a lot?
yeah.
Like it's one of those
Yeah.
rewatch
That
shows?
and Seinfeld. Watch that a lot. Yeah.
See,
Two
Seinfeld,
good shows.
Curb.
Two good
We had Jeff
shows.
Garland in the room the other night from Curb. So Seinfeld, awesome.
Yeah.
If you could be great at one other sport and you could be a pro, what would it be?
Probably basketball.
Okay.
I feel like just having a basketball court in our house growing up. I feel like I played that a lot and played a little bit in middle school, and I feel like that's one of the sports. I feel like I don't think I could go pro in it, but like I think that'd be my best chance at another sport.
I like that. So you did play? Were you good?
Yeah, I was
Okay.
pretty good. Yeah.
I like that. We talked music a little bit. Favorite band, artist? Who do you listen to the most? Is it Gunna?
Hudson Westbrook right now, a country artist.
guy.
I've been listening to him a lot recently.
Best piece of advice regarding life that someone ever gave you?
Oh,
Deep.
that is deep.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've had like lots of people tell me not to, just even in the NHL, just not take anything for granted in this league. And like I was talking to Hammer today, like asking him if it's felt quick, like his NHL career, and he said it's flown by. So he was telling me today not to, take it for granted and just enjoy all the little things and all the little moments.
And keep your teeth, unlike him.
Yeah, yeah. Hopefully I can do that. Yeah.
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 Do you watch hockey on a night off?
Yeah, yeah. I like to watch hockey. I'm still like a fan of the game. I feel like a little bit, so I like to watch hockey if I can. And just having like some guys I know like Stankoven and Minton playing in the league. Just if I get to watch them on a day off, I can. Yeah.
Perfect.
Okay, we'll give you a couple more.
Okay.
Coffee or tea?
Coffee.
Good answer.
Black?
No.
Okay.
Well, like yeah, if I have to, but no, usually not.
What's your drink order if you're going to order a coffee?
Starbucks, usually it was like the pumpkin cream cold brew or whatever it was.
Okay.
I started drinking that a lot, and that was pretty good. But now that's out of season, so
Gotta find
there's
a new one.
there's a protein latte at the Starbucks. That one's pretty good.
Biggest after contract purchase? Has there been one yet?
There hasn't really been anything that I've bought. I feel like right when I signed, I bought my brother a brand new driver.
Oh,
Okay.
that's cool.
And bought my sister some shoes and stuff, and my parents and stuff. So that was
Nice.
probably the.
That's awesome.
I haven't really spent too much of anything really.
Have you ever had a coach terrify you?
Terrify me? Not really. No.
Besides Todd McCullough.
He terrifies us all.
yeah. No, not really. My coaches in junior were, I wouldn't say strict, but they were very direct. So, I feel like they could coach a lot like Todd. Like they're on the same like wavelength that way. So, I wouldn't say they've terrified me, but not like maybe when I was 16, maybe at first I was a little scared, but
See,
Yeah.
I when I used to work with the Maple Leafs, John Brophy
Okay.
and Pat Burns, the late, well, both gone now.
Yeah.
They terrified me, and I didn't play for them. They terrified their players too.
Yeah.
But trust me, we had time for one more.
Go for
or two
it.
more. You got
Yep.
one. Okay, you got one. You go ahead, and then.
Okay. Your best, the best sandwich. What do you think is the best sandwich?
the best sandwich, like place to get a sandwich or just
If you were to go any place,
Yeah.
what sandwich are you ordering?
I'm probably ordering. I had Subway a lot growing up, so
Oh, yeah.
I probably had the same Subway order from the time I was like 7 years old to now. So it's Italian white bread, ham, mayo, lettuce, cucumber, and white cheese.
Huh.
Can you cook?
Yeah, I can cook.
All right, if you could only have one last meal, what would it be?
It'd probably be a turkey dinner. I am really big into like
Tryptophan, you'll be great after Thanksgiving.
yeah, I'm really like
Wonderful.
into like a Thanksgiving dinner, like
Yeah.
so the turkey, mashed potatoes, stuffing, all that stuff.
Did
so.
you get that this year? Because do you celebrate Canadian Thanksgiving?
Yeah,
I'm
I
assuming?
I
Yeah.
didn't get any of the like the turkey or anything. I just being in the hotel, wasn't able to cook anything. So
We got to make sure you get one for American.
yeah, so maybe
Thanksgiving.
American Thanksgiving. I'll see if I can cook a turkey. I don't know if I can do that, but we'll have to see.
You may have to ask for help.
Yeah, yeah.
Any superstition?
Yeah, I always tie my right skate before my left. Pretty much with anything like shoes, skates, I always put my right one on and tie it first. So that's basically the only thing.
This is making me think. Do you pay attention to what shoe you put on first?
I'm just bending down. Hopefully, I can be done at the same time.
Yeah.
That's
Okay,
all.
here's my last one for you.
Okay.
Rate the podcast experience, scale of 1 to 10.
Oh, it's been a 10 for sure.
Yes, look at
just
that.
everything. Just
That's the marketing.
The view and the setup. It's been great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Looking right past me at the view.
Yeah.
We love Emmitt Finnie.
Emmitt Smith
Emmitt
Finnie.
Smith.
Emmitt
Yeah.
Smith Finnie.
We still got to try to make that happen.
Yeah,
But
anybody give you a
hopefully.
nickname that's beyond Finns or
Nothing really. No, there hasn't been too much.
your name's too easy to shorten.
It's too
That's the
easy to
problem.
shorten.
Yeah.
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 It's always something that involves fins or something. So yeah.
Well, thank you for joining us. We
Yeah.
appreciate it.
Thanks for having me. It's been
Wonderful.
great. Yeah.